You have some great little side stories as well about Gene and some about Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, that was, yeah. Gene spoke to me every single night. And I get a call, I remember, it was about 9 o'clock one night, and he called me, he was very agitated, he was very upset. He says, I just got a call, and his words usually would just pour right out, and he was clearly upset about this. And he said to me, he says, Stanley Kubrick just called me. I said, and? Did you have a nice conversation? He says, no, I got this girl on the phone. He says, Stanley Kubrick's on the phone. And then I'd wait, and then I heard nothing, and then the phone would hang up, and they did it again, and they did it a third time. He says, what's going on? Who's doing this to me? I said, okay, let's back up. What's your relationship with Stanley Kubrick? He says, well, Stanley and I were always good friends, but he wanted me to be the voice of Hal the robot. And I wouldn't do it because it wasn't my face or my name. It was a robot. And Stanley was very, very upset and didn't speak to me again. I said, well, that's unfortunate. I said, maybe he's just calling. Well, he called me again, and he must have called me 5-6 times that night. Very upset by this. Wake up, turn on the news. Stanley Kubrick dies that night. And apparently, the only conclusion that we can make is Stanley wanted to say goodbye to his friend, Gene Shepard. And we were, Gene and I, Gene was, you could hear everything go down 5 octaves, and it's how close he was, but he never got to say goodbye because I think Stanley Kubrick had a brain tumor and apparently couldn't get the words out and couldn't say goodbye to Gene Shepard.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's something I didn't expect.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he was very agitated. He was very upset because I think that he wanted to, it was, two great coaches that fought each other, and then at the end wanted to kind of make amends and talk about the respect they had for each other.
So that was kind of a regret that Shepard had that night.
Well, he didn't speak about a regret, but I can hear it in his voice.
Yeah. Did you ever talk about his family, brother, mom and dad?